So when we think about Southeast Michigan architecture, we think about all the famous architects who have constructed residences here. You know, the Burkerts and the Dows and the Kahns and the Tabachmans and the Youngs and all of these fabulous people. But one of the things we often don't take the time to think about, and that is all of the fabulous furnishings that go into really making these residences homes. True. So today we'd like to introduce you to this extraordinary organization called Les Shoppe. And
Les Shoppe Modern.
Les Shoppe Modern, thank you very much. And what we'd like to do is to share with you this real treasure that we've come to grow and know right here in Southeast Michigan, located in a fabulous, coincidentally, the old space, the House of Denmark space, about 26,000 square feet of retail sitting up here in Keego Harbor, Michigan, of all crazy places. So much of the fabulous furnishings from the mid-century modern era are coming out of Southeast Michigan and literally getting shipped all over the world at this point. So welcome, Deborah. It's so good to have you here today. And we're so glad to have your business partners with us today, Terry and Julie.
Yes, thank you, Tim. So great to have you guys here today and to share the space here at Les Shoppe Modern. And so yes, this is a 26,000 square foot showroom gallery specializing in iconic 20th century furniture from the 50s up until the 90s. And of course, besides beautiful furniture and rare pieces, we have fantastic art, great sculptures, really cool lighting, a whole mix of wonderful pieces for people to either consign to our store or to purchase for their new home.
Yeah, okay, so great. So you started out consignment shop. You were helping people to acquire unique pieces and other families, of course, to divest of unique pieces.
Yes.
And at a certain point, you kind of shifted and you got into the natural next step, which is estate sales. Tell us about that.
Yes. So exactly. So we thought, you know, how do we grow our business? What is the right synergy? What is the right marriage for that? And so we always try to find new ways to stay current, stay exciting, and to really be there for our clients. And we found that what was missing was having an estate sale company to work with consignment and all other factors involved. And so we partnered with another company who owned an estate sale company. And so we brought to the table our business and their business and made a wonderful marriage. And so what's nice about our company, there are some really wonderful estate sale companies out there. But how we're different is that when they have an estate sale for you, it's one and done. You have 3 days, sell their pieces, move on. That's how we work. So when you have an estate sale, you've got some really, really special, unique, you know, rare, high value items. We don't want to just sell them for nothing at the end of an estate sale, right? We now have a whole nother life to give them, right? Which means this, at the end of the estate sale, we can then bring them to our showroom, now sell them for a retail price, make you a lot more money, and your piece is not being just either given away, donated, or whatever. So it really helps our clients, your clients, to have a whole nother way to sell their pieces and really honor and value the piece for what it's worth.
Right, good. And one of the ways that I've seen you're handling these pieces is you've got a great online presence. And you shared a story with me one time about this massive, I think it was 9x9 1-ton Tabachman coffee table.
Correct.
You actually created, shipped to a high-rise in New York City.
Yes.
So your capabilities with shipping, you're no slouches, right?
That's easy for us. Give me a real challenge. You know, we actually also do auctions. We'll talk about that as well too. But in the meantime, we sold a large sectional to a client in New Zealand. I'm going to brag right now. Who was that? It was Peter Jackson, who directed all of the Lord of the Rings movies. He loves mid-century modern. Him and his wife are big collectors. Anyways, he bought a sectional from us, and we had to figure out, how do we ship it to New Zealand? Well, we did, and he got it. He was very happy. He's a returning client of ours. So shipping for us, is it a headache? Absolutely. Do we do it every day? Absolutely. Both, you know, nationwide, worldwide. That to us is part of what we do for our clients.
So I'd like to take a shift for just a second to introduce Terry from your organization so that she can tell us a little bit about her specialties within the Les Shoppe Group.
Perfect.
Terry, you're part of the organization that really focuses and brings depth to the art and the appraisal part of the business. Tell me about your background.
So I worked in the museum world and the gallery world for about 20 years. And then I started to do the art appraisals, and I had a client that had a John Singer Sargent painting and they wanted to sell it. So I reached out to a few auction houses and nobody wanted to return my phone calls. It was really difficult, and as an art appraiser I was fascinated that nobody wanted to talk to me about it. So I had a PR person who said, hey, let me introduce you to these great people at Shoppe Modern, and we met and it was great. We sold paintings after paintings, and really I helped bring up the classification and the beauty of the artwork, and they helped me learn all about the beautiful furniture that my clients had too that we could sell. So it was a really beautiful, beautiful match.
Fantastic. Tell us about the online art auctions that you conduct.
So we've been doing the auctions for about 7 years. We have started with small auctions, and now we're actually closing our auctions months before they're even coming to fruition. We had Helen Frankenthaler, we sold a couple auctions ago for $270,000, and it was like this big. It was not a big painting. It was really exciting for all of us. And what's beautiful about the auction is that we have an audience all over the world. So we have 30 countries that are bidding on our auctions. We sell to Hong Kong and Turkey and Israel and New Zealand, everywhere. So it just opens up, and we're sitting at our desks down there doing the auction, and we're selling to all over the world. It's really kind of fascinating.
That's very cool. So are you also selling art on site during the estate sales portion of the business?
So yeah, so when there is an estate sale where there's really good art, I come in, because it's always great to have somebody that knows what they're talking about to sell the artwork, to explain why is this painting $4,000, this is an estate sale. You know, we do really high-end estate sales for our clients. So yeah, I will go in there, I will look at the pieces, I will make sure that our client's going to get the right money for the pieces. Sometimes there'll be a painting that maybe is a $50,000 painting, you're not going to sell that in an estate sale, so we'll bring that to the store right away. And that's kind of how it works. We just on-site sell them, and then again, we don't discount them to the point where they're going to be given away. We will bring them back to the store and sell them either on our auction or on our platforms to sell.
Fabulous. And I understand you also host events here at Shoppe. I've attended a few, but you have one coming up soon. Tell us about it.
We have one coming up in October. The artist is Robert Cremian. He was a student at Cranbrook. He was an artist that never really sold his artwork. He didn't have to sell his artwork, so he made truly what he loved, and political issues and issues with his family, mama and daddy issues. And the artwork is unique and weird and fun, and Cranbrook is helping sponsor the event, so we'll have a lot of Cranbrook people here. And we're going to have the first opportunity to sell some of his work. Maybe, I would say maybe 5 or 6 pieces of him has been sold in the world. We're partnering with a gallery out in Los Angeles, Santa Monica, and they're going to be also selling some of his work. And it's just an opportunity for somebody to get something that they never would have been able to buy.
Fabulous. Thank you, Terry. Thanks. Julie, I think you probably have one of the most exciting and probably the most difficult job in the entire organization. You handle really the organization of the estate sales, right? And that's no small undertaking.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Tell me about that.
I ship, personally wrap and package myself, so there's a lot of things here too. But the estate sale is a big part. We, literally people give their keys over to us and they can say, okay, you got this. And we go in there, we clean, organize, make it look like a store pretty much. We, racks with things, beautiful things displayed, and price it all with my help, with Deborah's help with the furniture, Terry and Trista's help with pricing art. Like Terry said, it might be something that won't probably sell at the sale, so we bring it here. That's the beauty of our company, is that we can, after the sale, when most companies are like, okay, we got to donate everything, we can then take pieces that we think we could sell here. So. Yeah. You never know what you're going to go in for.
And these things generally, much like in real estate, these things generally take much longer than people anticipated.
Right.
Give us an idea of, from first phone call until people are actually typically conducting an estate sale, what does that typically look like?
Generally we like to have a good month, so we can go in and we can, examine pieces and do some research. And we like to have literally it's like 2 days of setup, usually, 1 day of pricing, and then 2 days of the sale. But this last sale that we did, sometimes people are last minute and go, oh my gosh, we got to get this house listed, we've got to do, so literally from start to finish, the last sale we did was like 2 weeks, where we got the sale contracted, went in there, literally every day, getting organized and setting things up, and the sale ended this past Saturday. So literally like 14 days from start to finish. So we can do it in that amount of time. We like to have it listed so people can view it and everything longer, but that doesn't always happen. So you just never know. The more time, the better. But you know, it can be up to 2 weeks, literally. Like, we got to be out next weekend. Can you do it? And it's like, if we have availability, we'll get in there and do it. We just take the team in there and just go to it. So,
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to share with us about estate sales and why they ought to be contacting you well in advance of planning for an estate sale?
Well, because we have that benefit of, at the end of the day, we can bring things here and sell them and continue to sell for them.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much, you know, what we have going for over a lot of the companies that don't. A lot of them are starting to do that thing where they're warehousing things and selling it down the road, other companies. But we have this store, beautiful store, to display their things, and it's worked out really well. So people have been really happy about the results for that.
Thank you, Julie.
You're welcome.
So at some point in time, people usually realize, wow, we've got something going on here. Tell me about a unique piece that you brought into the shop and you said, oh my God, look what we have here.
Right, right.
Do you remember that event?
I do actually remember that. That's kind of how we got into the whole mid-century modern thing. So we were brand new, we were selling lots of different things, and a pair of lamps came in that I really had no idea what they were. I know they were pretty and they were unique and whatever, and I think I had them priced for like $400. Anyways, a gentleman came in and kind of walked the store. We were brand new, probably open for about a month. And he says, listen, you know, this is a really cool store and this and that. I don't want to offend you or, you know, go somewhere I shouldn't go. But he says, you know, you have a pair of lamps here that I think are pretty special and pretty important. I think they're by a designer named Paul Evans. I go, who's Paul Evans? He goes, let's look them up together. And I saw those lamps were like a $4,000 lamp. So I was very grateful for him because he could have easily bought them for $400 and resold them. But he says, no, I want to teach you and train you. And we said to him, can you be our mentor? And so he became a very, very important part of our early business, teaching and training us. He was a walking encyclopedia of mid-century modern. He was doing it all of his life. And so he really helped us really get our feet off the ground in that area. And of course, we all kind of like took that information and ran with it. And we loved doing the research. We loved finding out about who the designer was, the inspiration, because, you know, when all is said and done, the furniture back then, why does it hold its value or even increase in value? Because it was made with heart, made with integrity, with quality. Unfortunately, nowadays, I call most furniture that comes out right now is like, it's 5-year furniture at the most. It's landfill furniture. But things from like the 50s and 60s, 70 years later, it's still here.
And most importantly, it had style.
It had style.
All of those attributes that you described, it had style.
For sure, for sure. And so, you know, it's just kind of a natural segue, you know, how you and I met and how things came together because, you know, how do you partner up with people to help clients reach their goals, right? And so you're in the business of selling homes and listing homes, right? We're in the business of helping people clear their homes out, sell some pieces, maybe have a whole estate sale for them. So it's really important that we partner with people who have the same goals in mind as we do for our clients, as you do for your clients.
Sure. Fantastic. So one of the things that really sets your organization apart in my mind is the fact that you have this ability, you have this depth of talent to identify pieces that are unique, assign a value to them. In fact, I know that Terry from your organization also does appraisals for significant art collectors and one of the local art institutes. So that's a big deal. So when you walk into an estate sale as an organization, Terry, tip of the hat, you can say, that piece needs to go into our online auction for art. Correct. That piece needs to go to our retail space.
Yes.
And this piece, quite frankly, this one is going to go into the estate sale and we'll
Correct.
get what we can out of it for you.
Our goal is to make sure we maximize the value for all the pieces, right? So to have an expert as Terry and other people on staff and go in there and tell people, you know, these are the different avenues we have for you, and this is the one lane it should go into, right? So we make sure that we're you know, getting the most value for our clients on their pieces. And that is also very unique as well too, because of course too, we have an auction house, right? And so our auction house gives us a whole nother life for people to be able to sell their pieces and it do really well for them.
Cool. Whether you're from Southeast Michigan or you're from a different part of the world or a different part of the country, go to leshoppemodern.com. Check out the online auctions they have, the inventory that they have in-house. It's really going to be a treat. You're going to enjoy it as much as I do. Deborah, closing words?
Closing words. Well, thank you once again for allowing us to talk to everybody out there. Let them know what we do for them. We love people. We love beautiful things. So it's a great marriage of that. And yes, we also, like I said, have 5 online stores as well too. So no matter where you're living, we are literally on your screen. So we can get any pieces you want to you or from you. So give us a call. We'll be happy to help you with whatever your needs are.
Thank you.
Thank you.